Okay, so a very important command here. If you're going to start using this tool in earnest, and you know, you potentially end up with hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, however many notes and data, it's critical that you have an easy way to back that up. Now, of course, you could just manually, you know, create your own tar, gzip, tar, xzip archive manually just from backing up the main kind of root directory, and also keep a copy of your config files and things. But that's all a little bit inconvenient. So I've built a backup command into the utility itself. So let's take a look at that. So to make this more interesting, I've added some data back on the note again, because we deleted the only note which had attached data in the previous segment of the video. So if I just do, just to show you here, okay, so we have this markdown example which has some data, as we can see there, and you know, if I can't type today. So again, we have this data attached to this here. If we want to just do a backup, we do Wibble backup, and let's pass in the backup option there. And if I run that, it creates this backup archive into our specified backup directory. So you remember when we ran the init command to set things up, set up our configuration file, that explicitly asked where you want that backup directory. So obviously you can change it to wherever you like. Just make sure you got the right setting pointing to wherever you like in your wibble.conf file. And as the note suggests here, this is backed up basically everything except the contents of the note data, because as I explained, presumably you could end up with gigabytes and gigabytes of external kind of attachments and files in that data directory, and maybe you don't want to routinely back that up all the time, but your actual kind of main database, your plain text database, along with all of your actual note files and everything, you know, even if you have a lot of those, the storage requirements are very, very minimal. So the lightweight backup command just backs all of these things up, and everything except the note data. If we want to back up absolutely everything, then sure, just pass in the full backup. And now, as you can see from the output here, it's backed up all of those files that were in the note data directory as well. So we literally now, in this version of the archive here, this archive that is created, absolutely everything is there. And if we do Wibble backup this, it shows us our backup history. Well, it's not this, it's log, that's why it's complaining. And it says here, you know, Wibble note metadata backup made here, Wibble full backup made here. So you've got a convenient log there. And so the idea is really you can have these, either one of these or both of these commands in a kind of cron tab, automated. So, you know, you could run a backup of all of your note and metadata, you know, daily or a couple of times a day. We're only talking kilobytes or megabytes, and then maybe do your full backup, you know, once a week or once a month, or whatever frequency makes sense for you. And if we have a look at the if you go to your actual backup directory, again that's specified just as a kind of reminder. If you do cat let's do less actually, config wibble.conf, you know, here we go, backup location. So in this particular installation or setup, we've got it under Documents Backup Wibble. So if I go to, you know, Documents Backup Wibble, there you go, you can see the corresponding tar.xz files there. And if we open this full one up, you can see all of the content there. And just to show you, you know, that note data is all preserved there in full. Absolutely everything's there. And so basically, just by extracting the archive back into a relevant place on your file system, you can easily migrate or restore your entire note system from computer to computer, or if you know, you need to restore from a backup. You know, your database files are here, so everything is there. All you need to do is just extract the archive into a relevant place, make sure you've got the configuration file set up pointing at that. You know, you can use the init function to generate a new one, or just manually back up this little file as well. In fact, I may, if I haven't already done that, I might, yeah, I think I will modify the backup function so it also sticks your wibble.com file inside the backup as well, because that would be kind of handy, so that you literally have everything you need, and then you could just literally copy the wibble conf file back from there to your the correct place in config.wibble, and there you go. So you can effortlessly replicate your setup on any computer anywhere. The whole point is it uses everything. Once you have the right settings in your config file, everything is done kind of by a relative kind of directory structure from there, so you can basically effortlessly migrate everything from computer to computer, or use kind of, if you want, you can put your kind of notes tree under version control. So again, that's another motivation for separating note data and notes, because notes is all going to be plain text. That makes it ideal for version control if you really want to do such a thing. You know, the plain text databases themselves are just going to be ideal for use with Git or something like that. So many flexible backup options, and very easy to move your data around or synchronize it using cloud tools or whatever. The heart and soul of the system is plain text, so that plays really nice with synchronization and version control, and compresses really well as well. You know, you can see that here, you know, the backup excluding the note data is 1.9 kilobytes. I mean, okay, we've only got the 3 notes there, but even if you had 5,000 notes, you would find that the actual notes themselves and the database still uses up very little. And you know, yeah, the size of your full backup is obviously going to be dependent on what note data you have there. So that's the Wibble backup command.